Today is going to be fun. We're going to create a text transition in Premiere Pro and we're going to animate it letter by letter, something like this. Let's say you have a YouTube channel and you want to create a trailer for your channel. It can be related to food, travel, anything which is on the platform. Today we're going to create a title board or a text transition that can be used to describe your channel. It might look a bit complicated, but if you follow me step by step and if you focus for 20 minutes, you're going to achieve the same results, and this graphic is really gonna help your videos. And the challenging things are actually the things that are going to enhance your skills. So without any further ado, I will see you inside Premiere Pro. If you've been following me for a while, I'm going to guide you through my workspace so you're not going to waste any time in understanding what's going on here in front of your screen. I have my project panel with a few clips and we're going to go through it in a second. I've got the source panel, program panel, effect controls, essential graphics, timeline, and tools panel. If you don't know where to find these panels, go to Window at the top, the drop-down menu, and just open up the panels you're missing, or you can also close the ones you don't need. I have a few video clips in my project so I can show you the transition on an actual video edit, and I recommend to import some clips as well if you have any. I also have a soundtrack and one sound effects to build up my edit. I've already created a sequence which is a 24 frames per second sequence, full HD resolution. If you don't know how to create a new sequence, go and check this video, which can be found in the description tab. What I'm gonna do is to import all the video clips on my timeline, and also I'm gonna drag the soundtrack and the sound effect I have. Everything has already been edited and it's perfect to go. And this is what I have on my timeline for now. Okay, there's a bit of traveling there, and I want to add these title boards we're going to create saying what my channel is about, which is travel in this case. We're gonna start creating our graphic, but first of all, I want you to go on the timeline and go to the beginning of the timeline at timecode 0000. Then we go to the Essential Graphics panel. Under the Edit panel, we go to the new layer icon, we click on it and we choose Rectangle. A new rectangular shape has been created on our program panel. Now we're going to switch to the effect controls panel and we open up, make sure you are under graphic. We open up the shape, which we're going to rename. So right click on the name, choose rename. We're going to call it background shape. I'm going to abbreviate it BCKG, background shape, and press OK. And also I'm going to choose the color I like. For this graphic, I like kind of a pink or fuchsia, that kind of color right here, right? A bit darker, I click OK, you can choose whatever color you like and that fits your brand. Still here in the effect controls, we scroll down until we go to scale under transform. Make sure you are under this exact shape, okay? So under the background shape. We're going to open up the scale submenu and we're going to untick the uniform scale. So untick that. And now we're going to expand the vertical size of our shape. Let's go to vertical and increase the size of the vertical shape until you cover the height of the full frame. And we're going to do the same with the horizontal scale. So we go here to horizontal, click on the value and expand it until we cover the whole frame. Something like that. Now I'm going to move to the Essential Graphics. Okay, we keep switching between these two panels. Go to the Essential Graphics, right click on the background shape and go to Duplicate. Right, now we're going to have exactly the same shape with the same color, one on top of the other. We're going to go to the one at the top and we right click on it and click on rename and we call it mask. Press OK. We're also going to change the color of it just so we don't get confused. Go to Appearance, Fill. We're going to make it white. OK. Now we move back to the Effect Controls panel and we make sure we are under the shape mask. If it's closed, just open it up. Actually, we're going to close the background shape and open up the shape mask. We are still at timecode 00 on our timeline, all right? We move down to transform in the scale. So under the horizontal scale at 00 timecode, we are going to toggle the animation and create a first keyframe. And there you go, I've got a keyframe now on my timeline at 00. Now I'm going to move to keyframe 0014. Go and type 14 as the very last number. Press OK, and the playhead on the timeline move to second, actually frame 0014. And the same happened on the timeline here in the Effect Controls panel. What we're going to do in the horizontal scale is to create a new keyframe. So we click here to add a keyframe, there you go, and we're going to type as the value 0. And our mask shape disappeared. Let's go back to timecode 00 at the beginning of the timeline. We're going to move to the Essential Graphics panel and we are going to click on the mask shape. We're going to scroll down until we see this option called Mask with Shape. Let's click on it. Also, we want to click on Invert. And now we're going to play our timeline from the very beginning. So go at 0000 if you're not there and try to play your timeline. That's what we have. We've just created the actual transition from a clip to another. Now we're going to build up the text together. I go back to the beginning of the timeline and I'm still in the Essential Graphics panel. I'm going to go to the new layer. I click on it and this time I choose text. So double click on the text until it highlights here in red. Now we're going to type the word travel all in capital letters, and to have all the capital letters you need to hold Shift and then type your word on your keyboard. Travel, there it is. I make sure I'm still on the word travel and I scroll down in the Essential Graphics and I want to make sure that I align my paragraph centrally. So under the text tab, go and center align text here. Now what I'm gonna do is to change the font, and usually I like a very bold font. And the one that really works for me is called Gotham Ultra. So if you don't have this font, you probably can find it online or find a similar font or something chunky anyway. Ultra, there it is. It's still quite small, so I need to increase the size of it, the actual size of the font. And the good size that works for me is 450 because I've tested it already. The text is not aligned. As you can see, it's a bit too high in the frame. So you want to go under Align and Transform and click on these two icons, which are the vertical center. Now the text is vertically centered related to my frame. And I also do the one next to it, horizontal center, just in case. As you can see, the text moved slightly because it wasn't centered properly. And I'm very happy with the position now. Today we're going to work on a word made of 6 letters. So this graphic we're going to create is going to work only with a word made of 6 letters. So if you don't like the word travel, just find a different word with the same amount of letters. Because animations will be based on a 6 letters word, if you want to create a longer or shorter word, then you can adjust the keyframes that we're going to create. It's nothing major, but you need to understand how the keyframes and the durations of the animations work. So for now, stick to a word which is 6 letters. Also, if you're not familiar on how to create a text in Premiere Pro, go and check this tutorial instead, also in the description tab. Okay, still in the Essential Graphics, I'm gonna move this text between the other 2 layers. So I take my text and bring it between the mask and the background shape. Now it disappeared because it's actually under the mask, and if I play my timeline, I'm revealing the text and the background. Perfect, that's what I want. I'm gonna scroll down in the Essential Graphics panel until we see the option Mask with Text. Click on it and also click on the option now Invert. You can play your timeline and see what's happening. We have a transition, we have the rectangular shape coming in, revealing the text. Okay, we're gonna modify this now. So let's go to 0014 once again on the timeline, timecode of course. And I want you to go now to the Effect Controls panel. Make sure you are under the text layer so you can close all the other layers, the two shapes. Make sure you're on the text, open up the menu, and under here you will find the stopwatch, which says Toggle Animation. We're gonna click right there to create a new keyframe, and the new keyframe appeared here on my timeline. What we're gonna do is to press T on the keyboard to select the type tool. We're going at the end of our word and select it all until we highlight it all, and we're going to delete all the letters, okay? Just do that. Okay, so we don't have any word, any letter right now in the program panel. What we're gonna do is to go to the next keyframe on the timeline. So you should be at 0015 frames. And now, because we have toggled the source text, which is the animation for the text, whatever changes you make to this text, those changes will be applied to each keyframe, and you will understand as we go. We go back to the program panel, still with the type tool, so with the T selected on your keyboard. Click here inside the text box, and by holding Shift, we type the letter T, capital letter. I go back to the Essential Graphics to make sure that my text is aligned centrally in the horizontal center. So I go back to Align and Transform, click here, and it's actually centered. You can play your timeline now. And what's going on? We have the rectangular shape coming in, creating our transition, and then at frame 14, we have a full colored block, which is gonna be exactly the frame where we're gonna switch from a video clip to another video clip. And then at frame 15, we have the text coming in. So we're starting to build our text. Now go back to the Effect Controls panel and type as a timecode 0018 frames. So we're gonna move forward of 3 frames. We're going to add a keyframe in the source text under the text layer in the Effect Controls panel. Just create a new keyframe there. Okay, nothing is happening between these 2 keyframes, but we're gonna move forward an extra frame. So arrow key to the right, and here we're going to create another keyframe. With the type tool T, we are going on the text. At the right hand side of my letter T, I'm going to add the letter R, the second letter of the word. But also, I want to modify the mask now, and I show you what I mean. Go to the Essential Graphics. Under the text, scroll down, mask with text. We keep it as it is, but we untick the invert mode. Aha! Now we've just revealed the background behind our text. If you play the timeline, even frame by frame, you'll understand what's going on. So we have the image, background coming in, the letter T revealing the image in the background, and then at frame 18, we have the opposite. So we have changed the mask, and we are now revealing the whole background again with the text, with the color text in front of it. It's gonna be cool. I love graphic design. Let's carry on with the text. I press T again for the type tool, and let's go to the Effect Controls panel. So we were at frame 0019. Let's go to keyframe 0023. Another few frames ahead. We're going to create another keyframe in the source text. Now I'm going to move forward an extra frame at second 01, create a new keyframe, and we're going to add the third letter A, travel. We're going to go to the Essential Graphics, and under the word, remember the text, we scroll down, we change the mask again. So under mask with text, we also tick invert to have the background image inside our text. And now we're going to carry on like this for the other three letters. So go to the Effect Controls panel. This is going to be easier now. We're going to go to the timecode 0103. Under the source text, we create a new keyframe, move forward 1 frame, 0104, create a new keyframe. Now we're going to create the 4th letter, capital V. Great, I moved to timecode 0107. And I'm gonna scroll down here so you can see, create a new keyframe in the source text, move forward 1 frame, new keyframe, and I'm gonna type the 5th letter E, travel. All right, one more to go. Let's go to timecode 0111. Create a new keyframe, move forward 1 frame. We're gonna be at 01012, create a new keyframe, and add the last letter L. Now we have the whole word completed. I'm gonna move to timecode 02, so 2 seconds, 00. Press OK. The playhead moved forward on our timeline. I create a new keyframe. I'm gonna move forward 1 frame, 0201, create another keyframe, go back to the essential graphics and select the travel, the text layer. I scroll down and I'm going to untick the invert mode under the mask. So we've just revealed our background once again. Go back to effect controls, and this time we're gonna close the text. We are done with the text layer. We're gonna go to the shape, the background shape, open it up. We're gonna go at timecode 0204. Press OK. Scroll down to the horizontal scale under transform, and here we're going to create a keyframe. So click there. I have a new keyframe on the timeline. I'm gonna move to timecode 0303. I press OK, and I'm going to type the value of the horizontal scale of the background shape to 0. And now play your timeline. So what we've just done now, we just told to the background shape to close again as a door. But you can't really see it because it's a mask, so it's just working on the text above it, above this layer. There's something else to do. Go to the Essential Graphics, right-click on the background shape and choose Duplicate. Now take this layer that we have created and bring it at the very bottom of your layers. Also right-click on it and rename it. And we are going to call it background shape white, so we don't confuse the two. Make sure you have selected it. Here in the Essential Graphics, we scroll down. I'm going to change the actual fill to white. So go to the left bottom corner of the color palette, press OK, and now nothing is happening because the keyframes of the two shapes are exactly the same. What I want you to do is to go to the Effect Controls, close down the shapes you have opened here so we don't misunderstand, and you should see the keyframes of the two shapes right there. Okay, I'm going to open up the shape white that we have just created. I need to scroll down a little bit so I can see both the keyframes. I want you to go to timecode 0217, and now in the Effect Controls panel for the shape white, select the first keyframe here, hold Shift on the keyboard and select the second keyframe, and now take the first keyframe, which we're gonna move together with the second keyframe, and slide it to the new timecode we have selected. So you need to bring the first keyframe of the animation to the timecode 0217. And now we have moved this shape forward on the timeline of a few frames just to create a second door closing basically of a different color. And now if you play your timeline from the beginning. There you go. We have closed our graphic, our text board, whatever you want to use it for. We need to use this graphic we have created as an actual transition. So what I'm going to do is to select the two clips I want to use the transition on. So let's say I want to have a transition between this clip and this clip. I take my graphic and I slide it there, and now I'm going to find that frame, this exact frame, where I have a full colored board, and I'm going to place that frame over the cut between the two clips. So just slide it as until it works out for you. So in my case, it's probably here. So here where I have the cut between the two clips, it's exactly the timing where I have my full colored board. And as you can see, if I play it, that's what I've got. I can see the transition between these two clips. Awesome stuff. Now I'm gonna show you the whole edit. It's a short edit, but it gives you an idea of what you can achieve with this text. If you want to understand more on how to place a video inside a text, go and check this tutorial. And if you enjoyed and like to work with graphics in Premiere Pro, I recommend to go and check my online course. You can find it in the description tab, but also right here. It's a very fun course where we're gonna build together a graphic package in Premiere Pro for your YouTube channel. So you will find different items and elements we're gonna build together, including transitions, opener, closer, lower third as well for your subscribe button and so on. You can also check my other video editing courses. They're going great on my website, so go and check them out. And that's all for today, guys. I hope the video helped. I hope it's gonna enhance your skills in graphic design and also to enhance your knowledge of the essential graphics in Premiere Pro. I can't wait to see you in the next video. As always, you wanna hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I will see you in the next one if you did.
Seems